Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going ahead and customizing the Bravado Buffalo EVX. This is a muscle car, but also in the Legendary Motorsports. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. What I can say on the drive over to Los Santos Customs is that this car honestly drives. The handling is kind of iffy. It's very stubborn when you're trying to turn and stuff like that. Hence the scratches and all that stuff. Gonna fix it up real quick. 50,000 per armor, not a bad thing. We got the kind of on the bot. There's no add body work to it, but you get the wide body, and then you got also the bolted wide arches from the sides. Doesn't change much, but I think I kind of like the none on there. I feel like it's already a wide car as it is. That's what we're doing. So let's add some race brakes. We got some bumpers. We got the flat splitter. We got the primary flat splitter, secondary flat splitter, the carbon flat splitter, black extended splitter. We got the primary extended splitter, secondary extended splitter, carbon extended splitter, wing extended splitter, primary wing splitter, and secondary wing splitter. All these different ones, carbon and stuff like that. Let's see. In terms of stuff that I like, this car I feel like it kind of does look like it kind of needs that on there. So I think we're gonna keep this as primary for that. I feel like this car as itself, what it looks like, I feel like we can get away with a lot of primary colors on it. So we're gonna continue with that trend. People are doing yard work next to me, and usually they do in the morning. I don't know why they're doing it right now. So you guys hear that? I apologize. So yes, here we go. Look at that. We got the street diffuser, race diffuser, and the competition diffuser. I mean, I think between these two, this one and probably this one look the coolest. But I think it even looks kind of weird to have it on this vehicle, at least in my opinion. So I think we're probably going to go with none on there. We're going to leave it how it is. For engines, engine upgrades all the way. We don't need an explosive. We got the clean hood. I think it's good to have some shape to it. We got the Buffalo hood, and we got the street van hood, or street vent hood, rather. I think that looks pretty decent. We're going to go for the Buffalo hood. Horns, I'm not really worried about. Headlights, I always want to go for a nicer looking headlight. Neon layout, we'll do with that later, but we'll figure out a color later. I'm actually kind of liking the orange color. Here are some of the liveries. Got the white stripes, the black stripes. Your usual classic colors that you'd get on cars that look like this, in my personal opinion, at least in real life. There we go. We got a bunch of different liveries going through. I'm not the biggest fan. I was doing a car customization with this a couple days ago, and I don't really like how this livery is, the black camo and these camos, but that's why you figure out what camo you like and what camos you don't. If I were to go for color on this car, I think I would go for black stripes. I think that looks pretty decent, especially with the secondary colors. I think I might stick with the orange car. I think I'm gonna stick with the orange for this car. I think it looks good for this car. But we will have to change up colors and stuff like that. So we got a nice. I think you say louvers. I'm not very good. I should probably fact check this before I even go. But yeah, we got the primary one, the secondary carbon. We got the primary alt version, which looking at the difference, I guess. I think that one's just taller. I don't know. I'm not really seeing much of a difference. I think I got the carbon one. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is higher. I think that's what it is. Could be wrong though. I mean, does that need to have it on there? Yeah, I feel like that's what's lacking on in the back of it. I feel like we need to have one of those. But I feel like it'd be too weird to have too much primary going on with this car. I feel like that's where you kind of need like either a carbon or a secondary one. But I feel like secondary will look kind of weird for having it up there. So we're gonna go with the carbon one. Mirrors. We got we got a bunch of stock mirrors. We got an primary carbon and primary bullet mirror. Secondary bullet mirror. Looking through some of this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like this one doesn't look too bad on it. I don't think it's my favorite color on it, or my favorite look of it. I think the way it is right now, but I feel like even these look pretty good. I think we're gonna continue. I think we're gonna leave them stock for right now. I think the stock is secondary anyways. Just black and yellow. That's what I usually go with. We got our secondary colors. Let's just make sure. Let's go for a light secondary just to see what it looks like for right now. You can see what our secondaries are. It looks like most of our secondaries is right here. Yeah, so not too bad, not too bad. Definitely a little more secondary colors. I think we'll figure it out the color later for that, and I'll probably do like a trim color as a lighter color as well. So let's go back to that later. We can add a roll cage if we want to. I think for this car we don't really need one. I mean, add like a small roll cage, but nothing crazy. See the roof, the striped roof, which you can't see it on here because of the livery. Secondary one. Not really trying to go for too much secondary going on. I feel like we don't want to take away too much primary. Like I said before, we got the race roof, pretty decent looking. That just adds a little antenna thing. I always kind of forget what that thing is called on the top. But that may even be the antenna. I know some cars, newer cars, have it on the back like that. But yeah, let's see. I think we're gonna go for the race roof on there. Obviously, we're not gonna sell anything. We got skirt options. We're gonna quickly go through them. See if there's any. There's 13 of them. I like the ones that come up, kind of like how this one is. I was actually just about to ask, or not ask, but wonder where that was. I feel like we need a secondary one for that one. We'll figure it out from there. We got the ducktail spoiler. This one's just raised a little more. The large one. Small wing. I feel like the small wing looks pretty good on there, but let's see what the other ones look like. Street wing. We got the classic wing back there. The big wing, I feel like that's a bit obnoxious for this car. The classic mounted wing. So I think we're going to go for the small wing. I actually kind of like that one out of all of it. I feel like it's not too overbearing. Even this one doesn't look too bad either, but I think we're going to go for that, the small wing. Suspension, obviously all the way down. That's the way you got to do it. Wheel type. Considering it's a muscle car, let's get some muscle wheels on here. Let's see. I mean, ones look pretty good on here. I mean, those don't look half bad on it, but I think we're gonna go for. Let's see if we can find something that looks cool on here. I mean, maybe go for a higher end wheel on here, even though it's supposed to be a muscle car. I think that'll look pretty good. Kind of liking those ones. I kind of like the blade on there. Like the blade looks pretty good. There we go. Of course you would, man. The color on here doesn't change much. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Figure out the color of it. Tire design, bulletproof tires, tire enhancements, bulletproof tires, tire smoke. We'll come back to that as well until we figure out our colors. We got the window options. We always go completely dark, but I kind of like having it on there. Even light smoke is too dark for me, so I think we're gonna leave it open. There you go. So I think we're gonna continue and keep the black stripes for the livery, and we said we wanted to keep the orange as our color, our main color. So, but I think what could be good is that we either put a see if some chameleon. Ooh, some of the chameleons look really good on here. The blue chameleon looks really good. I'm actually kind of liking the blue chameleon. Ooh. See, that's the thing though. It's just like I feel like when you don't have, you know, and this is kind of an orange with purple haze on there. It looks decent, but nothing crazy. And this one's ridiculous. There's different ones that are just as crazy. Yeah, I think if we're gonna go for one, I kind of like the blue pearl. I'll be honest. But if we do the blue pearl, we may have to. A secondary color for being a little bit brighter is probably needed. So livery. Let's see if there's a. I feel like white needs to go on this car now. You need to have some good lighting for this car later on. I think we're gonna keep the white under there, for the lights. I think that'll work well. I feel like for these wheels as well. Let's go with the wheels real quick. Wheel color. We're gonna go with frost white. I just feel like that's not needed. I feel like let's see if we can find a different color that goes well with it. I even feel like this sort of blue like accompanies what this blue is. I think that it looks good on it. Cause then we have all the enhancements. We always do blue tire smoke. Just go with it. For sure, I was like, "Where's the blue?" But it's up there. All right. see. So let's go back to our colors. Respray options. We got our secondary color. That's what we're going for. So we find a nice classic blue to like accompany it. I feel like that is a little too bright. Nah, I can't even unlock it anyways. I don't have it unlocked. That's all good. Like even that doesn't look half bad on it. Let's see. Yeah, imagine if we did all yellow. I mean, yellow looks pretty cool with it, but it's not. It doesn't accompany it super well, I feel like. But I feel like for this one, I mean, we might be with the amount of blue I have on here, we might be able to get away with if we can find like an ice white. Yeah. But I feel like it's a take away too much of it. I feel like I don't want it to be too overbearing a problem. I think it looks pretty decent. Obviously the trim, we're not gonna go for something crazy. I mean, I feel like if we did too much ice white in here, it would look really weird. So I think it being black is good. As for the underglow, I think white looks just fine on it. So let's test this car out. By this point, it's probably nighttime, so... Oh, still daytime. Gives me a good time to get a quick thumbnail with this car. That is one nice thing. Get out of here, Paige. We ain't trying to deal with you right now. I don't give a crap about your war stock and stuff like that. I'm here to customize vehicles.